So hello and welcome back to Stephen's Forward. Today we're doing a very short buyer's guide for the Honda CR-V. Giving you a little bit of overview of this particular model. It's the third generation. Things to look out for. We're also going to have a little bit of drive and see what the overall driving experience is like. So let's start out with just a bit of an overview of the Honda CR-V. Now this is the third generation CR-V. It came out, I believe it started production sort of late 2006. This one being 07, late 2007. Is quite an early car. Now I did do a facelift, I think that came out 2010. Did do some engine change. We're not going to go for every single change that they did, but this ran until 2012 when they brought the fourth generation of the car. So Honda themselves described the CR-V as a comfortable run-around vehicle. That's why it's called CR-V apparently, according to them. So we'll go and see how true it is by the end of the video today. So this generation of the CR-V actually came with three engines, though here in the UK we only saw two. So there was a 2 litre VTEC petrol engine, which is about 149 horsepower. There was a 2.2 diesel, which varied from 138 to 150 horsepower, depending which variant and which model you across the line. And there was also a 2.4 petrol, which we didn't get here. So VTEC petrol we didn't get here in the UK, which was 160 to 182 horsepower, depending again which variant you went for. So here in the UK, we only got the 149 horsepower petrol or the 138 diesel. So 2 litre petrol or 2.2 diesel. So there was no auto option for the diesel, apparently, until the facelift. And these cars are available in three trims. Got SE, ES, or this particular one, which is the EX, which is top of the range. So why should you buy Honda CR-V? What are the positives? Well, first of all, the size of it is really great. It's a nice big car. It's got lots of room in there. It's very practical. The interior is very roomy and lots of space when you fold down the seats. You can also fold, not only fold down the seats, you can also fold up the seats as well, so that you get a lot of space in the back for lugging big bulky pieces of whatever it is you have to lug around. So of all the three specs, this particular one is the top spec. So it comes, it's the EX spec, so you get the panoramic roof, you get things like reversing camera, front and rear parking sensors, heated seats or heated front seats. Also they are electronically adjustable as well, and there's some other bits on there as well, but those are the main things that sort of make this car, make the EX just a little bit more of market. So another positive is that this is a really well built car. It's a really solid car, and you can feel right from the moment you're getting everything around you. It feels really solid. You close the door and there's a nice thud. All the materials feel very good quality, and it very much feels like Honda know what they're doing. This is the third generation CR-V, and at this point you'd hope that Honda would know what they're doing, and I think that certainly comes across now. So the next positive is this car drives really nicely. So let's go out for a short little drive in it and see how I feel about this car overall. So now we're on the open road. Let me tell you a little bit of the Honda feels, and the first impression I get is how solid this car is. It really does feel good quality. Even after nearly 20 years, this car still feels like it's very well put together. There's no all squeaks and rattles. Yeah, really solidly built car. So that's my first impression. Second impression, I'm going to kick down because this engine it's got adequate power. I think it's not slow by any means, but when it comes to some of these hills, you do have to put your foot down a little bit to get it to go up to 50 or 60 miles an hour. But it's to be expected. So how does it feel to drive in terms of handling? Well, it feels fine. I admit it's no sports car, but obviously this isn't a sports car, it's a 4x4. And to be honest, it feels absolutely fine to drive. It doesn't, it's not the sporty thing in the world, but nor is it particularly horrible, nor is it floaty around corners. Steering is a little bit vague, if I'm honest, but for what it is, it's to be expected, and for what it is, I'm happy with it. It feels a really nice car though. So the other thing I really like about this car, although it is a manual, I don't overnight manuals daily. I love the position of this manual gearbox. In fact, it's just here. It's right by where you need it to be, basically, and it's right by where your hand sits on the steering wheel. And I don't know why more cars don't, and it's a very Honda-ish sort of thing. Cars like the Fiat Panda had this as well, so I really don't know why more car manufacturers don't do this, to be honest. So what are my overall driving impressions of the CR-V? Well, there's a lot to like about this car. I can see why Honda have sold so many of them. It's very nice to have its high driving position. It's got very good road manners. It's a very sort of easy car to drive as well. So yeah, I can see why Honda have sold so many of these, and I can see there's a lot to like with this. So should you go out and buy one, and are you going to be happy driving it? I think anyone that is looking for a car of this type is going to be very happy with this. So the final positive, which sort of leads on to the negative thing to look out for, is that this car is quite reliable from what I can gather. I did do quite a bit of research and also asked the person who used to own this car about whether they had any issue, whether any problems, and apart from stuff that goes wrong in every car, maybe brake pads, oil changes, stuff that you need to do, and bits of regular maintenance that you need to do, there's not really anything major to look out for. There's nothing that's really ever been flagged up. So although this car is very reliable, there are still things that go wrong with them. For example, the ventilation. So the aircon and climate control compressor are known to fail on these. Now, it's not a particularly big job to get that redone, but it's something to bear in mind and something to check when you're actually going to view a car. The aircon works fine. It's getting good airflow for the car, and it's actually nice and cold as well. So the next part is that the rear lights are known for leaking. So the seals basically go in them, and then you get water going to light, which isn't really ideal. And again, you have to get a sort of new light unit really to get that. Unless you can get the seals redone. I'm not too sure if you can get the seals redone, but you're probably looking at buying a whole new light unit, to be honest. Again, something to check when you're going out and buying one of these. The other thing is that the ignition switch can sometimes draw current when the car is actually off, which can lead to a flat battery. So if you do have a flat battery, or the car's struggling to start in for a couple of days, you know it might be that they are known for going, which then you'd have to get a new ignition switch. So the final thing to look out for is that the door handles can get a little bit flaky. I don't know if it's these ones, the particular ones have chroma. I don't know if the SE and the ES have painted door handles, but sometimes I don't know if it's the finish on them or the paint on them can sometimes get a little flaky. And again, something to look out for when you go and buy one of these. So there really isn't that many things that I could actually find about this car to look out for. Obviously, if you do go out to look at one of these, just do the general things. Make sure it's got service history. Make sure it starts and drives very well. Make sure there's no knocks or bangs or rattling as you drive down the road. Play with all the toys on the inside. Make sure the sat nav's working. Make sure the console is working. Just generally do all your checks. This particular one is a very clean and tidy car, and I will be selling it soon, so the new owner is going to be probably very happy with this. Now, out of the two engine options, people generally prefer this 2.2 diesel. Generally, it's a little bit more fuel efficient now. I've had this car for a little bit of drive around in it. I've been averaging about 40 to 45 mpg, which for a car of this age, I think is fairly impressive, to be honest. So if you do want a petrol, obviously nothing stopping you from buying the petrol, but just something to be mindful of, that it is going to be a little bit more costly in terms of fuel. Tax for this particular one is, I believe, £315 per year. So again, that is something just to bear in mind. So going back to where we started at the beginning of this episode, is the CR-V a comfortable run around vehicle? Well, I like to think so, and I think certainly there's a lot worse cars out there. There's probably better cars out there, but actually for the money, and this car's probably worth £3,500 to £4,000, I think this is a really, really good car. I'd love to be able to keep this myself, but I don't really have a need for it, to be honest. That's how much I like this car. It's very reliable. There's not many issues for it to go wrong. It feels very good to drive, as we've seen. And yeah, it's just overall as a package, it's just a really great car. So that's my little buyer's guide done today. It's just a bit of an overview. I've not gone into every little detail you could, and I know there are other buyer's guides that will probably go into slightly more detail, but this one's just a little bit of an overview of the CR-V and the third generation of the CR-V for you. So hopefully you've enjoyed watching. If you know of any other issues or any other problems, maybe you've owned one, you've had a few issues, or you've owned one and you've really enjoyed your experience with your Honda CR-V, please do put them in the comments below, and that'll help other people that watch this video hopefully find a little bit more about the car. So it's going to be, thank you very much for watching. It's going to be goodbye from me, goodbye from the CR-V, and we'll see you again very soon. Goodbye.